So today we're going to be taking a look at this 2020 Lowrider S. Look at this thing. It's beautiful. Okay, let's get her cranked up. Man, this bike sounds amazing. I'm not sure how good the GoPro did at picking up the audio when Diaz was riding past on this bike in the intro of the video, but I'm gonna tell you right now, this bike sounds amazing. Now this is a 2020 pre-owned Lowrider S. You know, it's got the 114 motor in it, and it has a lot of upgrades done to it. That's one of the good things about picking up a pre-owned bike. If it has the upgrades you were going to do anyway, you kind of save, and it's a win-win situation. As we all know, the Lowrider S is kind of that performance cruiser. It's always been, ever since it was a Dyna, now that it's on the soft tail platform, and then they've upgraded now to the Lowrider ST. Now with this being the 2020 Lowrider S, it's gonna be putting out 119 foot-pounds of torque in its stock configuration. But this one's definitely not stock. This one has at least had the stage 1 done to it, because it has the high flow S&S air filter on here. You're gonna get the 2 brothers 2-in-1 stainless exhaust, which definitely brings out the look of this bike, as far as those bronze colored wheels with that stainless colored exhaust. And then the graphics on the tank, it all matches perfectly, and it looks tremendously good. Like with these vivid black lowriders with all of the bronze coloring, I feel like you have to go stainless on the exhaust pipe. There's no other color to go. Let's take a look at how many miles are on this thing. You can cycle through all of your display options right there with the top button. So it looks like this bike only has 1,099 miles on it. Like, that can't be right. That is correct. The bike had 1,099 miles on it, besides the miles I'm putting on it here during this test ride for y'all. This bike has already been upgraded with aftermarket grips, which are fairly grippy. It has a unique design. I believe those are Harley grips on there. It also has the MX style foot pegs, which I'm a huge fan of. It gives you some grip when you're like digging into it, and you're in the twisties, you're in the corner, you're having a good time on the motorcycle. You know, these MX style foot pegs are amazing. They feel good. Like, my foot will not slide around on those no matter what. Like, they're definitely grippy. They grip into your shoes. You got your mirrors flipped down, which helps a lot with seeing out of the mirrors, because you can look right under your arm, and I got a clear view of everything that's behind me. Man, this bike sounds so good. You just don't know. And it is torquey. This is one torquey motorcycle. The Lowrider S has always been a torquey motorcycle. The Milwaukee 8 puts out a lot of low down torque, especially on the 114 that this cruiser has in it. Now, one thing I noticed a difference on versus this bike versus some of the stock ones, it feels like the foot pegs are raised up a little bit more, which is going to give you a better lean angle. It feels like my legs are up a little bit higher than they are on the stock one. Now, this bike does still have its stock seat on it, and I'd say that's probably the only upgrade that this bike really would need, is an aftermarket seat. But some people just like to run with the stock seat, and hey, I can't knock you for it. It does look good, but I don't know if it's the most comfortable seat. Now, I know a lot of people are kind of excited about the 117 being in the new 2022 Harley-Davidson lowriders and Lowrider S's, and it's not a huge difference between the torque. You're getting 119 foot-pounds of torque in here, and you're going to get 125 foot-pounds of torque out of the newer models. But if you think about it, I think this is my turn. I hope so. Oh my goodness. This thing moves. It really does. But like I was saying, if you think about it, if you do a stage 1 or 2 upgrade, you're going to be right in that horsepower range as a stock 117. The good thing about picking up a pre-owned unit is the fact that a lot of them aren't going to be stock. And to wake up any Harley-Davidson, you got to throw a pipe on it. And pipes can get expensive. So if you find a good pre-owned with low miles such as this, that's already had some upgrades done to it, you had to be a fool to turn it down. All right, so what we're going to do real quick, we're going to test out the performance right here on this straightaway, see what she can do. And let's roll. Oh yeah, this bike has plenty of pull, plenty of torque. It sounds good. Like, I feel like there's torque through the whole rev range. I think it's just a stage 1 from what they told me at the dealership, but it feels very responsive. I'm loving the feel of the grips. It's giving me that tactile feel. And overall, this bike has everything I'd want on it if I was looking to get a pre-owned Lowrider S. And the biggest thing I'm loving about it is its maneuverability, as well as the sound of this exhaust note. It is amazing. I'm not sure how good it's picking up through the helmet. Revving! But oh my God, this bike sounds good. The Lowrider S is one of those motorcycles that you won't get tired of. Like, you'll love this bike. This is a bike a lot of people get and they keep long term. Ooh, listen to that. Oh my goodness. It's extremely responsive. Everything about the bike feels smooth. It feels solid. The shocks feel really good. It almost feels like a new bike that's just had a bunch of upgrades put on it, and technically it is. It's under 1,200 miles on this bike, so it's kind of still new. I forgot to mention, it also has a swing arm bag on it as well. It's got the Viking swing arm bag, which will give you a little bit of storage space. You can put some water in there, carry some tools, a little tool set, anything like that on there. So you already got storage on this bike too. It's got quite a few upgrades. And the biggest thing is the low miles that's on this motorcycle. And anytime you twist the throttle, you're instantly getting a response. You're instantly getting the power you're looking for. You're getting that torque right away. There's no delay in it. It's very responsive. These motorcycles in their stock configuration are way muted. They're like toned way back, in my opinion. Like, you can't even enjoy or hear what a Harley-Davidson is until you throw a pipe on these things. And this one already has it done, and it's done right with the 2-in-1. Two Brothers exhaust, stainless. We're gonna pull over here and take another look at her before we end out the video. Hope everyone is enjoying their summer, finding time to get out and ride. One thing I do want to let everyone know is Harley-Davidson dealerships, most of them typically will let you demo motorcycles. Not a lot of other manufacturers will give you the opportunity to ride a motorcycle before it's physically purchased. That's the great thing about Harley dealerships. So if you're trying to figure out what type of bike is going to be the right fit for you, swing into the dealership and demo some bikes. Like, if you want to ride this Lowrider S, swing by Speedway Harley-Davidson up here in Concord, demo it, see what it feels like, get it on the road. You don't just have to look at it in the showroom. You can get your butt in the saddle, twist this throttle, and experience what I'm experiencing right now. See, parking, huh? Well, I'm not parking. All right, let's take a final look at this baby. That bike is clean. As you can see, it's got the bronze wheels that matches perfectly with that stainless exhaust. And one thing I love about stainless exhaust is the coloring. How once it gets hot and heated up, it starts to change color. It adds character. And this Two Brothers exhaust also has the carbon fiber tip on there. As you can see right there, I'm not going to touch it. It may be hot. And as you can see, there is not a single flaw on this motorcycle. It is literally picture perfect. And there you got your swing arm bag right there. plenty of room to store a few items. I feel like you keep some water in there again. You keep some tools. You probably could keep a shirt in there if you're getting hot and you need to change out a shirt. You keep some different items. I don't know what y'all carry with you, but whatever you carry, you keep that in there. And then you see the MX pegs right there that we got right here. Look at that. Foot won't move. They're extremely grippy because of how they're designed. They kind of bite in and grip into the bottom of your shoe. But if you have any questions about this 2020 Lowrider S, give us a call at the dealership. The number's listed in the description below. Come out, do a demo on it, test ride it. Let us know your thoughts down below. What do you think of this bike? Look at it from that angle. Just look at the bike. That's a badass bike. We're out of here.